When she pulls away, the silence you experience is a specific, dense kind of quiet. It's not the absence of sound. It's the presence of a message you can't decipher. And in that void, your own mind creates the worst possible scenarios. You replay every recent interaction. You scrutinize your own behavior. You panic, you text, you call, you ask, "Are you okay? Is something wrong? Did I do something?" And with every needy question, the silence deepens and the distance grows. You are here because you are experiencing this. The shift from warmth to coldness, from engaged conversation to one-word answers, from physical affection to a subtle, almost imperceptible flinch when you get close. This is not a gradual cooling. It is a sudden glacial shift. You believe there is a secret reason. You are correct, but the secret is not one single thing. It is not a puzzle with one missing piece. It is a complex lock, and the reasons are the tumblers. To decode her silence, you must understand all of them. We will not cover superficial reasons. We are not here to talk about a bad day at work. We are here to talk about the profound, foundational shifts that cause a woman, one who was once attracted to you and invested in you, to emotionally and physically retreat. And we are here to discuss the difficult, counterintuitive path to re-engaging her. The first and most common category of reasons has nothing to do with you. This is crucial to understand, as it will stop your initial panic. Her world does not revolve around the relationship, even if yours currently does. She may be experiencing overwhelming internal pressure. This could be a professional crisis, a deep-set family issue, a health scare, or a profound sense of personal failure. Women often process these internal storms with silence. Unlike many men, who may externalize problems or seek a physical outlet, women may retreat inward to a place of analysis and emotional processing. She is not pulling away from you, she is pulling into herself. She is conserving energy. She is trying to hear her own thoughts over the noise of the world. In this state, the demands of a relationship, your need for reassurance, your questions, your very presence, can feel like an additional, unbearable burden. There is also the simple, biological reality of hormonal fluctuation. The intense cycles that govern her emotional state can, at times, create a need for solitude and a reduction in external stimuli. This is not an excuse. It is a biological explanation for a temporary withdrawal that can feel personal but is, in fact, mechanical. But in most cases, especially if this silence is prolonged, this is not the answer. It is a comforting thought, but it is often a delusion. The second category of reasons is the one you fear most. The silence is about you. It is a direct result of your actions, or more often, your inactions. The primary driver here is not anger. Anger is loud. Anger is confrontation. Silence is different. Silence is the sound of respect being lost. It is the sound of attraction dying. Let's be clear. A woman can be angry with you and still be deeply attracted to you. She can yell, she can argue, and that very passion is a sign that she is still invested. She is fighting for the relationship. Silence is the opposite. Silence is apathy. Silence is her concluding that fighting is a waste of her energy. The emotional connection is no longer worth the conflict. How does this happen? It begins with complacency. You stopped being the man she met. The man she was drawn to had a purpose, a drive, a mission that was separate from her. He had his own life, his own interests, his own boundaries. He was a challenge. He was a man who, by his very nature, commanded respect because he respected himself first. You have become complacent. You have made her the mission. Your happiness now revolves around her. Your validation comes from her. You have, in effect, abdicated your own throne and asked her to rule your emotional kingdom. This is not attractive. It is a burden. She is not looking for a subject to rule. She is looking for a co-ruler, a partner, an equal. When you become needy, you communicate one thing. Your emotional center is external. You are not whole on your own. You need her to be okay for you to be okay. This is suffocating. Her silence is her desperate attempt to find oxygen. She is pulling away because you are clinging, and your grip is crushing her. This loss of respect can also stem from a breach of trust. This does not always mean infidelity. You can break trust in small, subtle ways. You said you would do something, and you didn't. You made a promise to work on your health, to fix your finances, to manage your anger, and you broke it. You showed weakness in a moment where she needed to see strength. Not physical strength, but emotional strength. Strength of character. She saw you lie to someone else. She saw you take the easy way out. She saw you blame others for your failures. And in that moment, the image she held of you fractured. Her silence is her processing the difference between the man she thought you were and the man you have revealed yourself to be. The third category is about the relationship dynamic itself. It's not just you or her. It's the us you have created. You may have fallen into the parent-child trap. This happens when the man stops taking responsibility for his own life. She is now the one who remembers birthdays, schedules appointments, manages the finances, and makes the plans. She has become your manager. She has become your mother. And a woman cannot be attracted to a man she mothers. Her silence is the sound of her resignation. She is tired. She is tired of being the only adult in the room. She does not want to remind you to do the things a grown man should do. She does not want to be your social secretary or your emotional support animal. She wants a partner. By forcing her into the role of a parent, you have single-handedly extinguished the romantic spark. Her silence is a profound, deep-seated resentment. Then there is the anxious avoidant loop. This is a classic toxic dynamic. She perhaps has an avoidant attachment style. She deals with stress by creating distance. You perhaps have an anxious attachment style. You deal with stress by seeking proximity and reassurance. The moment she pulls away, for any reason, even a good one, your anxiety activates. You pursue, you text, you check in. Your pursuit triggers her avoidance. It confirms her feeling of being suffocated, so she pulls away harder. This, in turn, new level triggers your anxiety. You panic, you demand answers, you pursue harder. This is the pursuer-distancer dance, and the only way it ends is with a total collapse. Her silence is her final, desperate move to break the cycle. She is building a wall because you keep trying to tear down her fence. Now we must address the test. Many men fall into the trap of believing that when a woman pulls away, it is a test. They are correct, but in the wrong way. It is not a conscious, manipulative game. She is not sitting there with a clipboard scoring your responses. It is a deeper, subconscious, biological test. When a woman pulls away, she is often in a state of genuine confusion or doubt. She feels the attraction fading. She doesn't want it to fade, but it is. So her subconscious, her biology, issues a test. The test is simple. Is he the man I thought he was? If you panic, chase, beg, plead, or become angry, you fail the test. You have proven that you are not the strong, centered, emotionally stable man she needs. You have confirmed her doubts. Your neediness has proven that her loss of respect was justified. If you remain calm, if you give her space, if you continue to live your own life and focus on your own mission, you pass. You have proven that your emotional well-being is not dependent on her. You have shown her that you are a man of value, a man who is whole with or without her, and that, paradoxically, is the single most attractive thing you can do. Her silence was a question. Your stability is the answer. So this is the secret reason. It is not one thing. It is a combination. It is her own internal stress, compounded by your complacency, solidified by your neediness, and triggered by a toxic relationship dynamic. The silence is the symptom. The disease is a loss of respect, which leads to a loss of attraction. So how do you re-engage her? This is where most men fail, because the solution is completely counterintuitive to your panicked state. Your instincts are screaming at you to fix this, to close the distance, to do something. Your instincts are wrong. The way to re-engage her is a two-step process. First, you must stop the bleeding. Second, you must become the man she can respect again. Step 1. Strategic silence and holding your frame. You must immediately stop all pursuit. No more "are you okay?" texts. No more "we need to talk" ultimatums. No more long emotional emails. You must go silent. This is not a game. This is not the no-contact rule you read on a forum. This is you giving her the one thing she is asking for with her silence. Space. You are giving her the gift of your absence. This does two things. First, it stops you from digging the hole deeper. It stops you from failing her subconscious test. Second, it creates a pattern interrupt. She is expecting you to chase. She is expecting you to panic. When you do nothing, when you give her exactly the space she is pulling for, and you appear to be completely okay with it, it confuses her. It disrupts her narrative. She thought she had you figured out. Now, she is not so sure. Holding your frame means you do not become cold or angry. If you live together or if you must interact, you are polite, calm, and detached. You are not passive-aggressive. You are not punishing her. You are simply busy. You are focused on your own life. You are pleasant, but unavailable for deep emotional engagement. You are an ocean of calm. This is the single most powerful position you can take. Step 2. Re-engage with your mission. Her silence has given you a gift. It is the gift of time and focus. You must now take all of that energy you were pouring into her, the worrying, the texting, the planning, and pour it back into yourself. This is the secret to re-engagement. You do not re-engage her. You re-engage yourself. She was attracted to a man with a purpose. Find that purpose again. Go to the gym. Not to get a revenge body, but to rebuild your own physical discipline. Pour yourself into your work. Aim for that promotion. Start that project you've been putting off. Reconnect with your friends, the ones you probably abandoned when you made her your whole world. Read books. Learn a skill. You must become so absorbed in your own mission, so focused on your own growth, that you genuinely stop caring about the outcome of her silence. You must adopt the mindset that you will be successful, happy, and whole, whether she comes back or not. This is the paradox. The moment you truly let go of the need for her to return is the precise moment she will begin to feel the pull to come back. Why? Because she will feel the shift. She will feel that your energy is no longer fixated on her. You are no longer the needy, clinging man she pulled away from. You are, once again, the confident, self-possessed, and mission-driven man she was attracted to in the first place. You are not acting like that man. You are that man. Attraction is not a choice. She cannot decide to be attracted to you. You must become the man she is biologically and emotionally wired to be attracted to. Step 3. The reapproach. After a significant period of this, not days, but perhaps weeks, one of two things will happen. She will reinitiate. The silence will break. She will send a text, ask a question, or find a reason to be in your space. Her curiosity will have overcome her. She will be testing the waters to see if this new, strong, centered version of you is real. If this happens, your job is simple. Do not fall back into old patterns. Do not immediately flood her with emotion or demand answers for her silence. You are calm. You are warm. You assume the best. You match her energy, but you do not escalate. Your response is simple. It's great to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. That's it. Then, you invite her to join you in your life. Not a let's talk dinner. Not a date. You say, I'm going to X activity on Y day. You should join me. It is an invitation, not a plea. It is confident. It is direct. It has no neediness attached to it. If she does not reinitiate, you can, after a long time, make one strategic move. You do not text, I miss you. You do not text, can we talk? You text a simple, assumption-based invitation. I'll be at place on day at time. I'd like to see you. This is the only way. You must shift from being the questioner to being the one who makes statements. You must shift from a pull energy, neediness, to a push energy, drive, purpose. Finally, we must address the most difficult truth. Sometimes the silence is final. Sometimes the loss of respect is so profound, the damage so deep, that it is irreversible. She has pulled away because she has already left, and she is just waiting for you to notice. If you have followed these steps, if you have given her space, and if you have genuinely, truly, and profoundly re-engaged with your own mission, then this outcome will not destroy you. Because the goal was never just to get her back. The goal was to get yourself back. The goal was to use this crisis as a catalyst to forge yourself into a stronger, more centered, more high-value man. A man who respects himself. A man with a purpose. And a man who will never, ever again place his emotional well-being in the hands of someone else. That is how you decode her silence. You stop trying to decipher her message, and instead, you focus on becoming the man who doesn't need to. The man she cannot help but to engage with.